What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm April. Hi, it's April. I make content about spirituality, self-development, personal development, everything mystical, all the woo-woo stuff that we love so much. Make sure to subscribe now. You're gonna love it here. Okay, we're on a healing journey together. Come grow with me. I am so grateful for every last one of my subscribers. I cannot wait to grow a community with you all. I love the people that are already supporting me. Thank you so much. My heart is so full. Thank you. Jumping straight into the video, I woke up this morning thinking about what does it look like to be ready for a relationship? What does it look like to be ready for a divine union, a divine partnership, to be ready for unconditional true love? Can I really create a safe space for such a potent, spiritual, powerful creation here on the planet? And as I thought about this, I wasn't sure of what it looked like, but I'm sure as hell sure about what it does not look like. I have held a bunch of beliefs against love. I have shown a bunch of behaviors that counteract love. I'll say I'm ready and then do something that proves I am just not ready. So I wanted to list a couple of things. I don't know how many it's going to be yet. I'm just going to go with the flow of the video. A couple of things that I've done in my relationship that made me realize that this is not the love I want. And I may not know how to list everything that will align with that divine lover, but I know the beliefs and the behaviors that we need to get rid of. So this is a list of behaviors and beliefs that I no longer want to embody in order to manifest the divine union I deserve. So the first energy that I want to purge myself from is the energy of forcing communication, forcing an action. This energy is totally repelling. No one wants to feel like you're not giving them an option to choose. No one wants to feel like you're going against their free will to give you whatever it is you want, even if you do deserve it. In my relationship, what I would like to do now with this insight is, hey, I know you don't feel like talking. I know you don't want to make this transition right now. You're probably too angry, whatever. Can you give me a time where we can talk about this? Can I count on you to call me at 11 o'clock and we talk about this? Or can we talk about this before, at least before we go to bed tonight? That is a compromise where both parties can feel seen and feel respected. Anything else is just going to make the person not want to talk even more, because now you're taking away their free will. Now you're coming in an energy of control and masculinity. And as a divine feminine woman that I am embodying, I want my partner to feel safe enough to take that time for himself or theirself and be able to come back to me with a clean slate. That brings me to number 2 of what I want to call this: habits that do not align with the divine union. So the second habit is not allowing your partner alone time without feeling neglected, or not allowing your partner freedom without feeling neglected. If your partner wants to go out and hang out, obviously you guys talk about it. Like, talk about it, give them that freedom, and you deserve that too. You deserve that freedom to go do what you want outside of the relationship too, without them feeling neglected. Like, what about me? Or when you're gonna take me here? Or when you're gonna do this for me? Or I called you but you're not in the mood to talk to me, you want to do something else. It's like, relax. Like, relax. Relaxation seems so difficult when we're in a state of need and we feel like we're not receiving and we feel like we're not just getting. Relax and just give. Instead of getting something, how about say, you know what, I understand I'm not getting this time that I want right now, and you want some freedom on your own. I'm going to give you that freedom and rest and let it go. That is definitely a habit that I am trying to embody, because with the anxious attachment style, with the abandonment issues, okay, while I'm healing my inner child, these are all blocks and issues that come up in the divine relationship that comes up simply to be healed. If these things are happening in your relationship where you feel neglect or abandoned because your partner doesn't constantly want to be up under you or talk to you, this is an opportunity to heal your inner child. because only the inner child is like, what about me? What about me? What about me? Me. Like, kids do that. Kids is like, my turn, my turn. Relax, it's okay. And I'm making this video low-key for myself to come back to and watch, so I just hope you guys are benefiting this far. The third habit that I no longer want to embody to align with my divine union, this habit is addressing issues and concerns at the wrong time. That impulsive energy of we have to talk about it right now, I kind of like went over this in the first one, but this one is more so about like being able to read the room. We can release the sense of urgency. We can breathe. We can know that there will be a divine time where this conversation will work out for your benefits, okay? Or this will work out for your benefit, whatever you're trying to address. Or perhaps the issue may just disappear on its own while you're waiting and relaxing for that divine timing. I know me, like, I've been a person where if I want to talk about something or if I want to address something, I don't care if you're at work. I know this is the inner child is something, okay? I don't care if you're at work. I don't care if you're with your mama. This is me being super authentic and super vulnerable. Please do not judge me. But if I'm feeling triggered and I have something to say, baby, we're gonna talk right now. And that is extremely repelling, and it's insecure. It's insecure. It's almost like you're feeling like, if I don't get this off my chest right now, if I don't project this energy onto this person right now, I don't know what to do with all this inside of me. You're not taking care of your emotional well-being. You're making someone else responsible for your emotional well-being, which is totally disrespectful on your own part. You're disrespecting yourself for not being able to process your emotions, and then you're disrespecting your partner for making them responsible. So yes, address issues at the appropriate time. Maybe if you guys are cuddling in bed and the energy is right and you're wording things in a way that they don't feel attacked, or hopefully the issue just disappears on its own with time. Like, it probably doesn't even really matter. Most of the times when we feel that sense of urgency that we need to get this off our chest, if we just get our journal and write it down, you'll process it on your own. If you just go to God and pray and take a walk, it'll cleanse. It will cleanse. Give yourself time to process your own emotions before projecting. Okay, so moving on to the fourth habit, that is always complaining, never showing gratitude, and not having an attitude of appreciation. Always having an issue. Even if you're not in a romantic relationship, everyone wants to feel appreciated. Now, with that being said, maybe you feel like, well, this person don't appreciate me, so I'm not doing blah blah blah. If you feel a lack of appreciation that you're receiving, that just means that you're probably not appreciating that person in their appreciation language. Everyone has a love language, everyone has an appreciation language. Figure out your person, figure out what makes them feel appreciated, and see if you can provide that. And as human beings, it's extremely easy for us to focus on what we're not getting. Obviously, like, our brains are here to keep us safe. Our brains are here to point out issues, point out things to solve, problems to solve. So in order to be a person of gratitude, you have to drop down into your heart, and that causes for a lot of relaxation. Being in your energy of just allowing yourself to receive and acknowledging what you already received, instead of thinking more. I need more. This is not enough. I need more. And obviously, over time, you want to build on what it is you already have to progress into more. Gratitude for the current state, for the current season that you're in, focusing on what has gone right, getting a notebook, literally writing down a note, things I appreciated about my apartment today, actively seeking out something to say thank you for, things I've noticed my partner change if for my benefit, for our well-being. Taking the time out to consciously focus on things to be grateful for is going to shift the entire dynamic of any relationship, because now you're not walking around with the energy of, this ain't good enough for me. It's like no one can please you. You're unsatisfiable. Your energy is repelling. Let's shift that energy into something that we actually want, who we really are. We are really love embodied. Anything else is an illusion. Like, that's just a fact. Like, we are love embodied. Everything else is an illusion. That's the fact of the situation. So if we're only focusing on love and appreciating what our partner has done for us and not feeling a sense of entitlement, ding, 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 hello. They say the millennials are the generation of entitlement. I can't argue with that. Okay, I can't argue with that because I know I've been an entitled person. Although, with that being said, appreciating and not always having an issue, okay? Because listen here, if you're a woman and you want a man to be your provider and your savior in that way, if you have so many problems, he's gonna feel like, okay, I can't help you with all of this. Then it's gonna be like, I need to go to somebody else who don't have as many problems as you so I can actually feel like the hero I am. The more problems you have, the more a man's gonna feel like, you're just too much for me. I can't solve all that. Focus on speaking on what's already going right instead of constantly dwelling in what's going wrong. Do that for yourself, not even for a partner. Do that for yourself. And as we go through this list, you'll come to see that most of these things are things that we just simply need to do for ourselves. And our relationship will reflect that after. Okay, so moving to number 5. Number 5, I wrote down, clinging to your partner like a child, full of fear that they will leave. This falls back into the abandonment issues and the inner child issues. So this all stems from insecurities in yourself. When you're clinging and you feel like, I'm gonna be lost without them, I'm totally dependent on this person for my emotional well-being. This is healed by having a life outside of that relationship, having hobbies, having friendships, having ideas that you come up with on your own that you always don't have to share with your partner, having interests and activities that you always don't have to share with your partner, having experiences that you can keep to yourself and not always have to share with your partner, feeling a sense of, I'm still happy outside of this relationship, and if they left me, then at least I know I got what I needed from that relationship at the time. Everybody says they want commitment and they want someone that'll never leave them. If you really think about it, you don't want to stay with somebody that's willing to put up with every single thing, like to the point that you break them down and they still desire you, because you're gonna be looking like, where's your self-worth? Like, you're just gonna let me do this to you? Like, everybody should have a boundary and a breaking point. That is what makes a relationship healthy. This is what allows a space for people to treat you how you deserve to be treated, and they need to know that there's gonna be a repercussion if you don't treat me accordingly. Like, my life is gonna still go and be good if I have to leave you. This is why we shouldn't be dating when we don't have money or a place to go if we needed to leave. You know, this is where control comes in at, because once someone sees that you don't have anything to fall back on outside of them, people take advantage. It's not because they're predators or animalistic. It's just a energy of, people are not supposed to be your God. People are not supposed to be your source. And I'm not speaking for every relationship, because I understand that stay-at-home moms obviously rely on their significant other to pay for the bills and everything. But this requires a certain sense of understanding that I add value to this family by being a housewife, by nurturing the kids, by supporting you in these other ways, playing your part in doing your role. There's no way you think that you're not going to do your role as a housewife, as a mom, as a wife, in general, and this person is just gonna pull you up. If you're not an asset, you're not an asset, you're a total liability, and this person knows this person knows your whole life is in their hands. People tend to take advantage of that, and this is where a lot of issues come in from, and trust me, I have my share. So yes, having your own life, having your own hobbies, having your own passions, having your own goals, it's a must. It's a must for women. It's a must for men. The gender does not matter, okay? Another habit that I no longer want to embody in order to manifest my divine sacred union, that is trying to change your partner in any way, shape, or form, okay? You let people do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do, okay? It's easier said than done, I know. We just want to shape and mold people into our versions of them. Let's not do that in 2024. Let's allow people the opportunity to make their own choices so you can see who they are. Ding, ding, ding. We're showing people how we want to be treated by how we treat ourselves. And then we're walking away when we're not getting that treatment. Ding, ding, ding. And if you decide to be patient with this person and see if they're willing to grow for you, by all means, like, it's your life. Like, you set the standard, you set the moment for when your breaking point has been hit to walk away. But in that meantime, when that person is not making that transition, you're not going to be like, you need to be like this for me, you need to do this. Okay, I'm back. My SD card was full, so I had to delete some things off my video camera, and now I am back. Okay, but I was speaking on trying to change your partner. We're not gonna argue, and we're not gonna yell, or we're not gonna belittle someone because they don't want to be who we want them to be or who we deem acceptable of being. We're not going to shame somebody else because we feel like they're not making the choices we prefer for them to make. We're not going to criticize. And I'm laughing because, like, think about how insane this is. Like, you're trying to change somebody else. You're like, we wasn't brought here on this planet to do that. We were brought here to be our full authentic selves and to align with people that match that energy. That is it, and that is all. So when you go against yourself to try to find happiness because you need this person to be exactly how you visualize them to be in order for you to be satisfied, then you miss out on the person that's already being that without the force, without the control. This is what security looks like. Being able to rely on yourself to choose you when you need to. This falls into being disagreeable, argumentative, not being open to perspectives, trying to make someone have your belief patterns, trying to show someone that the way you live and the way you think is more beneficial or more healthy. There's 7 billion people on the planet, right? If every last one of us had the same perspective, how miserable and boring will this be? Like, we need diversity, we need duality, we need contrast. So if you're aligned with somebody else who just doesn't have the same core beliefs, then yeah, it's definitely time to move on. Like, that core belief is nothing to be played with. Like, you're gonna be compromising on things that your soul doesn't even align with. But if you guys can come to like a middle ground and understand that your way of being does not harm the family, does not harm the union, that is best case scenario. Because now you get to truly show unconditional love, right? Now you get to say, okay, this person may not be exactly like me, completely different thought process, and I can still love this person. Like, I don't have to only love somebody that reminds me of me. It's like, you can only know how big of a heart you have if you meet someone that is not exactly how you will prefer someone to be, and still be able to show them love, still be able to receive love from them, learning the way they view life, finding a way to teach them the way you view life without feeling like there's an issue. Because truth is, if you had the exact same circumstances as them growing up, you will be just like them. If they had the same exact life experiences you had growing up, they will be you. We are all exactly who we were molded to be. Now, when y'all get together, and if y'all decide to change your viewpoints, if this person sees you walking in a way where they see that the way your perspective is and the way you view life and the way you do things is more beneficial to them, and they want to be like, hold on, babe, let me hop on that. Let me see what you're doing. Like, if you start drinking green juice, start doing yoga, and they see you glowing and you're happier, they may want to get on that floor and start doing it with you. They may want to get in the kitchen. They may want to go in the kitchen and help you blend up that green juice. Just be the role model. If you really want to, if you really want to inspire your partner, embody that change. Embody that person you want them to see, and they will align and adjust and progress with you, or they would naturally fall away. I always say this because it's divinely true. All right, so the next habit that I no longer want to embody, I know this video is kind of long, but I wanted it to be long, so thank you for staying with me if you're still here. The next habit I'm no longer embodying to manifest my divine union, being inconsiderate. Now, when you have grown up and you've had to supply all of your own emotional needs from a child, you no longer really think about what other people need or want. Naturally, you have this mindset of, I need to get me mine. Like, I need to get me. I need to make sure I'm good. So that unconsiderate nature, that's a wrap. Like, being able to meet my own needs and then outsource for ways I can meet someone else's needs. Being generous, being spontaneous, doing it without them having to ask. Okay, like, you spend your free time not trying to come up with schemes and plans to get something that you want. You spend your free time thinking about, how can I make this person's day today? What would be the one thing that I can say to this person to just make them light up and know how special they are to me, instead of using your free time to come up with schemes that'll make them say something you want them to say to you, or do something you want them to do to you. Like, when you use your free time to be considerate of their needs, then they're going to start doing the same thing, because they see that you're no longer needy. Okay guys, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know what number I'm on anymore because I'm jumping all around on my page. So I'm gonna have to put the numbers, the list, at the bottom of the video, okay? So bear with me. So moving on to the next habit is needing constant validation. We live in America. America is a country where they thrive off people needing validation. I know we're gonna outgrow it, y'all. Like, I'm with you. I'm struggling with all these same things, but I'm just happy I'm aware of it. Once you have that awareness down, that's already 80% of the job. Let's do it. Like, let's make sure we purge all these things that aren't truly us, so we can align with that divine union that God has for us. Okay, so the next habit that we're no longer embodying is speaking negatively of anyone, especially the people you love, to other people that you love. That gossiping energy, even to your partner, telling someone else's business, gossiping, especially with your partner, this is a way to totally kill intimacy, because now they know that they can't trust you. Listen, you think because you sit up and talk to this person about someone else negatively, that they feel like, she won't do that to me. That's your character. If you're willing to sit and talk about someone negatively for any reason to someone else, that's your character. So subconsciously, that's going to kill trust in your relationship. That's going to kill trust, because then they're going to be like, well, she's always talking about so-and-so business, or she's always telling me something that I never even asked her. Like, if I was her friend, I would hate to know that she's going back telling her husband everything that I'm going through in life. Like, then that's just gonna make your husband feel like, well, dang, what have you told her about me? This is true. This is totally gonna change the dynamic of your marriage, of your relationship, period, with anybody. If they can trust you to not gossip. One thing, when they come to you, they know that you're not going to entertain any negativity about anybody. Celebrities included. Yes, celebrities included. Yes, like the shade room has us thinking that we can just bond over someone else's issues. And it's disgusting. Like, ew. And it's a time, I get it, it's fun, it's entertainment, but if we're really trying to purge drama and suffering in our lives, other people's issues should be included in that. Like, you don't get to talk about someone else's issues with someone and then just feel good about yourself after the conversation. Like, we're all connected, we're all one. So when someone else is struggling with something, if you're not coming up with a solution to help them and make things better, and instead you're going to go gossip about it or try to tear them down just to make yourself feel better or whatever, you're going to take a L in the end. They're already taking the L. You're going to take the L for not being the light in the situation. And then when you're in a sacred divine union, there's so many other things to talk about. So many other intimate things that will build your relationship and bring y'all closer. Don't use other people's problems to create a relationship. I have here the next habit that I'm no longer embodying is shaming, judging, and criticizing. Okay, this is a tough one. This is an extreme tough one, because I come from a culture of, you better tell them how it is, or check that person. And the energy behind that is ruthless, and it lacks compassion. No one is ever going to meet you at your disdain for them. You come at somebody like that, they're going to be in defense mode. They're not going to receive anything you're saying. No one's ever going to meet you at your disdain for them. Your approach has to come from a place of honor and appreciation first. Babe, you always take such good care of me. I love when I come home and you have flowers sitting on the table for me. But I noticed that you haven't been blank lately. What do you think about that? That puts them at a rest state. Like, you acknowledge their proper behavior. You're not attacking them. You're not criticizing. You're not shaming them. You just want to have an understanding, and you also want to get their insight of what you're thinking as well. You know, you leave an open door and an open space for reconciliation and for growth. Not tearing them down, shaming them, making them feel like they're not worthy, just chipping away at their self-worth. That is a habit that we're no longer embodying if we want to manifest our divine union. It goes back to treating people how you want to be treated. You want people to approach you with respect and with appreciation before they touch a soft spot. Okay? Because we can touch someone's soft spot and they can be like, ouch, that hurt, and they'll react. Give them some time. Give them a moment or two to realize, dang, she's absolutely right. I have been doing this and this and this, and this doesn't serve our marriage, or this doesn't serve me. So once you give them that time to see that you're absolutely right, and you also didn't address them with disrespect, you came with appreciation, they will have no choice. If they're a good person, they'll have no choice to reflect and be like, dang, babe, you're right. Thank you for calling me out on that. If they're a growth mindset individual, they're going to tell you thank you for calling them out on that. Because some people are oblivious to their issues until you say something. You should know if you're with a partner that can accept constructive criticism. But constructive criticism should always be followed up with or started off by first acknowledging the good. This is not stroking someone's ego. This is not babying someone. This is not coddling someone. This is just a blatant level of respect. There's no anger, there's no force, and there's no frustration necessary when you decide to approach a situation like this. So yeah, I'm gonna speak on this last one I have written down here. Your partner should know without a doubt that you think highly of them. The moment your partner feels like you see them as less than, or you don't see their value, you have to start the whole thing over. Like, throw the whole thing away and start over. Your partner has to know that you think highly of them. And I know so many times we have said things that we regret to our partner that downs them or belittle them in any way or make them feel less than worthy. This can be healed. This can be alchemized. Okay? You can sit with your partner and write out everything you've ever said to each other. Every single thing that you still think about at night before you go to sleep. And one by one, apologize. And when that person apologizes, also let that person know that you forgive them. This is how you can alchemize everything that has been done to make your partner feel like you don't think highly of them. Your partner should know without a doubt when you go into this world, you're telling people how much you love your man, how much you love your wife, how much your wife saved you. This is the longest video I made thus far. I am not a relationship guru. I am just a person with a camera and a voice. And if you made it this far on my video, thank you so much for allowing me to be vulnerable, letting you know things I'm still working on. I believe that we are here to have healthy relationships. As much as we need ourselves, as much as we need God, we need community. When we learn how to communicate and energetically hold an energy of value and worth and have an essence of love, then and only then can we live the life that we truly deserve with our significant others, with our family, with our friends, with our co-workers. This is what I crave most. And if you're anything like me, you are ready for true unconditional love. If you can relate to anything I said in this video, please comment down below. Help me feel a little less exposed. Thank you so much for existing, and until next video, mwah.